Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to pose a question for you. If you had one disc that you would share with a beginner disc golfer, if you had one disc that you said, hey, learn how to throw this well and you'll learn to play disc golf well, what disc would that be? Well, for me, it would be one of my OGs, my favorite disc, I probably would say of all time, the Innova DX Wolf. That's right. The disc that few of you guys have ever heard of, or some of you have. If you've played with me before, you've heard of it, because if there's a hole that is 270 or less, I'm busting this thing out, okay? Now, some of the characteristics of the Wolf that is intriguing, yet accepted by many, like myself, is first off, it has a thumb track. Okay, so you'll see right here, this is a thumb track, and I actually like the feel of it. There's other Innova discs that have thumb tracks. There's other discs and other brands that have thumb tracks. I used to throw a Rhino. It has a thumb track. I think of the Pig. It has a thumb track as well. But the Wolf has a thumb track, so that makes it a little unique. Now let me share with you the numbers provided by Innova as the Wolf numbers. 4, 3, -4, 1. Now those numbers would turn people off immediately. They say, oh my gosh, -4, 1, this must be like a Rolo or something. No. This disc is not a -4, 1. It is more like, if I had to give it my personal ratings, it is a 4, 5, -2, 1, or maybe even a -2.51. So that makes it a wonderful hyzer flip disc. When you flip it up to flat, this thing goes dead straight. It also makes it a great turnover disc. If you throw it flat, it's gonna, pan to the right and just make a beautiful shot as well. So this is a disc that I still love and still use all the time. And it's a disc that I think all dads could use, whether you're beginning disc golf or if you're someone who's got like an intermediate arm like myself, or even if you're like one of the big guns. This disc is a great woods disc. So I want to show you today what the Wolf can do, and maybe this is a disc that you'll want to pick up someday. This is a short hole. This is like only 155 feet or so. I typically would not use the Wolf on this hole, but if you want to learn how to play disc golf, sometimes you can be a little touchier with disc. So you can provide more height and you put less spin on it, and what it's going to do is naturally hyzer out. So you can even do that with this disc. So as you can see, this is White Fang, by the way. White Fang, I put on a steep hyzer in order to make it hyzer out. So I made the angle a little more extreme. But the push and glide of it got it right there. So, I mean, it's a drop-in for sure. So this next hole is more of the bread and butter with the Wolf. I think it's about somewhere between 270, 290. I think it plays like 270, 280. Slightly uphill. And so the glide of the Wolf really helps, especially on a hyzer flip. Flip it up to flat, it's going to push straight, and then it's going to maybe fade at the very end, or just keep pushing straight, and maybe even turn at the end. Good shot. Get a little more height. And that's what the Wolf does right there. Went long of the basket. That was a pretty good ace run, I think. We'll have to go see. Maybe it was a little slightly to the left. And that's what I'm talking about with the glide of the Wolf. Again, this is slightly uphill. 270, absolutely. So that at least went 280 right there. And, but as you can see, I mean, it's just an amazing hyzer flip disc. Same hole. What about the turnover line over here on the left? You guys might have already picked up on this, but the Wolf was one of my very first discs. So back in 2004, 2005, I started playing disc golf with high school buddies, and I'm actually at our local course right now. The holes I just threw on did not exist back then. There's only 9 holes. But back in the day, you used to throw, at least we did, we used to throw a mid-range and a driver. Sometimes you had a putter, but usually you might have 3 discs and you just hold them in your hand. We played with our shirts off and in sandals, but we just had a blast. We always played doubles. And so I grew up learning how to throw backhand with the Wolf. Fast forward a few years when I decided, you know, I got real busy with life and didn't play, you know, maybe played like 1 round a year, but I always had the Wolf nearby. When I really got hooked on disc golf, the Wolf is what really helped me with my form and with hyzer flips. It's just such an amazing disc. It's parked. Straight 250 shot. Flipped it on hyzer. Because it's slightly downhill, I just let the glide do it, so I only threw that probably at 50%. Park job. All right, hole 8 behind me here at JRP is one of my favorite holes on the course. Usually it's a mid-range hole. It's 288 feet. It's dead straight, slight dogleg left. I love this hole so much, which, since I brought it up, this is usually a mid-range hole for me. Now let's talk about the Wolf. Recently I reviewed the Fox. I didn't do it on YouTube, but I did it on Instagram. And when I was thinking about the Fox, the speed and the glide of the Fox made me think, I don't really know if I would call this a mid-range. It has the speed and glide of a fairway, but it feels like a mid-range kind of too. So I think it's a hybrid mid-range fairway driver. Similarly, I think the Wolf is a hybrid putter mid-range disc. Doesn't get quite the distance as a mid-range, but it gets a little bit more than a putter for me at least. And so I call it a hybrid putter mid-range disc. It's really comfortable in the hand. You can see right here, it's a smaller profile. It's just really comfortable. I like the feel of DX plastic, especially in just different conditions, whether it be wet, dry, hot, hand sweaty, whatever. It's not too tacky. It feels just right to me. Come back. That's straight. All right, I want to show you where the blue Wolf landed. Right there. It's actually in a pretty good position for both pin locations. That further pin location, I think, is like near 300. 288's right there. So, I mean, it's a 15-foot putt. There. I was aiming in this direction, put it on the hyzer flip, knowing that it would flip up to flat and push straight. So I aimed a little left. Getting in the creek on this hole is a good shot. It's not OB, it's basically parked. So you actually kind of want to be in there. Wow, that must have been an ace run. Another great thing about the Wolf is every time you have a great shot, you can do this. As you can see, the Wolf is an amazing disc. It's super versatile. It's a hyzer flip machine. It has lots of glide. You can putt with it. You can approach with it. You can throw turnovers with it if you don't have a great forehand. I would suggest this is a disc that any dad can use. Even those guys like Luke who can bomb at 500 plus feet, this might actually be a decent roller disc for that. But also, it's just a great shot shaping disc. If you need to throw it straight, get the Wolf. The straight shot is the most difficult shot in disc golf. But if you can execute a straight shot, and for most of us amateurs, that's going to be like a 250 to 270 foot hole, then get yourself a Wolf. Heck, this would be even great for kids. As you're getting your youngsters who are eventually going to turn into teenagers, this is a great disc for them to master, to learn how to play disc golf. Two-time world champion Robert Duvall, not Robert Duvall, I'm right here because right now I'm having a brain fart. He is a huge proponent of the Wolf. So get yourself a Wolf. You can find this on Innova's website and there's all kinds of other stores that carry the Wolf. You're missing out if you haven't gotten this disc. Thanks for watching.